Greetings, maniacs, New Englanders, and everyone else. I hope this video finds y'all well. This is another update to Maine's November 2023 Ballot Discussed Part 4. Before we get into that, I just want to say how hard it is to dress for YouTube. I mean, I'm just wearing the clothes that I wear to work, which are pretty limited. But now that I'm looking at the thumbnails and I'm seeing all the different ones, I'm like, wow, I'm wearing the same clothes over and over again, which is what I do to work, especially where I work. I don't want to ruin good clothes, so I ruin the same clothes. That being said, I think I'm going to have to start changing up my wardrobe, maybe showering before I video, so that way I can put on fresh clothes without sullying them. But that's not why you come to watch these videos, as I've mentioned before. So, today, I'm gonna try to keep this video short. Several reasons for that. There's a lot of articles. I don't have time to read them all personally right now, and then also formulate an update. Not to mention, there are so many, and I do think that they're all important. These all involve Maine's elections coming up. I was looking at my calendar and I'm realizing how close November 7th really is. This weekend, I plan on doing a deep dive into all the different questions. I do plan on making videos specific to each question. Some of them are obviously going to be shorter than others, namely question 3, but I do want to do each question individually rather than one lump sum of all of them. I think it'll be easier because some questions people already know or have thought through, and they just need a little bit of assistance or guidance on other ones. Although the more that I learn about each of these, the more I learn that they're really convoluted and it's actually not as straightforward as it's presented. So I do kind of wish I had started my YouTube channel earlier so that way I could have a larger audience by the time that the elections come around, so as maybe to help other Mainers realize the follies of our government and the persuasion of the media. That being said, it is what it is, and this is where we find ourselves. This video probably won't even come out until the weekend, so at that point, just realize I've got this covered. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to look into it. Until then, I do want to just highlight a couple of different articles. Some of them I've read through, some of them I've just glanced at. But I do see the benefit of reading these. So I'm going to go through the headlines. This first one, I was surprised I didn't hear any lead up to it. Even paying attention to the news as I am, I didn't see any lead up to this. Marketing, CBS, work on it. 3 takeaways from the first TV debate over Pine Tree Power. Bangor Daily News came out 12 hours ago. So it says first, so I'm assuming there's going to be at least a second, maybe third. I pulled up the video. I will include the link down below. I will try and review it myself. That is some editing that I'm not savvy on yet. I'm gonna have to ask my fiance for his help. Maybe I won't include the video. I'll just follow up with a review afterwards. That is something I do think that all of us Mainers should look at and watch, because the electric grid is very important and our taxes pay for it, so we should be aware of what we're paying for exactly. CMP gets $30 million federal grant dollars to improve Maine's electric grid. mainepublic.org, 16 hours ago. Okay, I'm posting on 10/19/2023. Sorry, I'm recording. Posting, it's probably going to come out Sunday. So at this point, this is, I'm not going to be able to formulate when this is all coming out. So this came out yesterday, which I'm like half a day ahead or behind everyone else because of my work schedule. I work third shift, so I guess today's Thursday. I think I knew that. Yesterday was Wednesday. I'm not gonna get into that again. That's confusing. Working third shift, like a split shift, I wake up at 8 p.m. I go to work at 10:30 p.m. I come home at by 7:30 p.m. My evenings are when my fiance is starting work, and then I go to bed at noon ish until 8. And so right now I've had a very strange schedule and it's taking getting used to. But in the meantime, I've been filming because I have no one else to talk to. So you're welcome, or I'm sorry. A meeting at a bar upends politics in Maine's second largest city. Bangor Daily News, 22 hours ago as of the 19th. That one's interesting. There's a little bit of controversy in it. Well, okay, there's quite a bit of controversy in it, but it seems like it's an interesting deep dive, or there's more to it than what presents the eye. That one we already included. Okay, so those I actually included. Actually, to ensure Maine's petition laws follow U.S. Constitution, vote yes on question 7 by Bangor Daily News. That came out on the 18th. And then I believe that's all for what I have saved so far. Those are good reads. There's more to them than what meets the eye. There's always something to read in between. So again, this video is going to be on the shorter side. A lot of my videos on the longer side. I'm going to try different forums. I'm going to try and present things so that way a Mainer that's busy with their life, they have the time to be aware of what's happening around them, and then they're presented with information so that they know it's available, and when they have time, they can go and get it. When I do have time, or when I think it's particularly important, I will try to highlight an article. I do think it's interesting that CMP gets 30 million federal dollar grants to improve Maine's electric grid. Our tax dollars pay them already. Our tax dollars pay them. Now they're getting a federal grant, and then they own the wires and the poles. So they're getting tax money and federal grant money to then own something. The more I learn about CMP, its shareholders in Qatar and Norway and Canada, the more I learn about the business dealings between Janet Mills, her brother, Peter Mills, who's on CMP's shareholder, and all of it, it's so suspect. And then the fact that Avangrid, and so Avangrid is the parent company of CMP, Versant's parent company, I'm spacing on right now, also with Avangrid, spent $11.8 million I'm getting so worked up right now, my mouth isn't working. In July, August, and September, CMP and Versant's parent companies spent $11.8 million to send ads out trying to persuade the Maine voter into voting no on question 3. So if they have that much money to spend, which is probably a tax write-off, which is also messed up, if they're spending that much money in that short of amount of time, then they could have been spending that amount of money on getting us new poles, because the poles they put up are just as shitty and ugly as the old ones. Not to mention, in my previous video, I talked about how maybe we should put the poles, get rid of the poles and put the wires in the ground as we update our roadways, which we do constantly. So during one of the roadway improvements, we just start burying the wires. in all the neighborhoods, in all the highways, in all the back roads, everywhere. And then you don't have problems with snow, rain, wind, and you worry about some ice and upheaval. But with modern technology, it can be done. It is done. We should do it. We should not keep paying people or a company money to keep using old infrastructure and old technology just to profit them when there are new ways and better technologies to do the same thing. So the more I learn about CMP, the more I'm pretty disgusted. I know that a lot of people are against having the government in control of our power, and maybe I'm not understanding it fully. I do understand that CMP shareholders are from foreign countries, 3 of them. So I do know that they are shareholders, which means they want profits, they want money back. So I do know that. What I don't fully understand is that it's going to be an elected board of officials if Pine Tree Power passes. That elected board of officials is elected by you and I, Mainers, and then they have a board of professionals that come on and they work together to solidify a plan. And the government, I want smaller government. I want the government out of our business, common citizens, law-abiding citizens, as much as possible. They should not be intrusive. They should be a part of life that is over here, and Maine life is here. Not just Maine, but Maine, our main part of life is here. With that being said, if we elect a board of officials and they then have we elect a board of individuals and they elect a board of professionals. To me, that's a step in the right direction because that's more democratic. It's more by we the people. We vote, we get what we want. Right now, I have no say in who the shareholders are in CMP or Versant, and either do you. And we can petition them all we want, but they have horrible customer service. And it seems like the more we complain, the more the prices get jacked up. And I know the articles have said that it's Maine's public commission board. I shouldn't be quoting these things that I don't remember. It was in the last video. So CMP is not the one that sets the price, is what I was getting at. That being said, I don't think that they're totally hands off. I do think that with shareholders, you have to make money. Who are their customers? Us, Maine, Mainers. We are their customers. So they're making their money from us and they're sending it overseas. That's how it works currently. So it seems logical in my mind that we try something new at this point. We try something more democratic. We try something that's more for we the people. And I am going to do a deep dive. I'm going to do questions 1 through 8. I'm going to focus on each one of those questions individually. Some of the videos will be shorter, some will be longer. But where I am still new on YouTube, I am still trying to figure out which forum is best for me, where I get the most views, where it's the most engaging to you as viewers. Whether you have time to sit still for 30, 40 minutes at a time, or whether 10-minute blips are better. Let me know in the comments down below. I always love feedback. I love the feedback I've been getting. A lot of people have been giving me feedback personally. I would like those personal comments just in actual comments down below early on if you guys don't mind. And if I don't know you, and you've commented, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback, and I look forward to being on here longer and getting to speak my mind a little more, and I want to focus on what you guys want. So if you have something you want me to study, research, talk about, then let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Those things really do help. as you hear all of the creators say. So, y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.